The story begins by a serene riverside, where a young boy named Alec sits quietly, fishing in the gentle sunlight. His peaceful day is interrupted by a figure approaching him, Eldis, a magician of remarkable skill who greets him with a simple question. "Hey kid, are you interested in learning magic?" Alec is surprised, his curiosity piqued. Eldis, with a calm and deliberate tone, begins to teach him the fundamentals of magic. Concentrate. That's right, picture it in your head. Someday you'll have companions too, Eldis explains, his words carrying both guidance and foresight. He describes the future vividly. Alec will have companions, and one day those companions will face danger. To save them, Alec must master the power of magic. Eldis compares casting a spell to holding one's breath, steady, controlled, and deliberate. He instructs Alec to take a deep breath, focus, and release it. Following these instructions carefully, Alec finally manages to cast his first spell. "Yes, I did it, Eldis! I finally did it!" he shouts, exhilarated by his success. Eldis praises his efforts, noting the difficulty of the task. "Today's magic was a bit difficult. It took a whole day to succeed. You know, it takes a normal person about a month to master it." Alec's excitement is uncontainable, and he eagerly asks what magic he should learn next. Eldis smiles and tells him to be patient. "That's all for today. Let's continue tomorrow. Haste makes waste. Let's just relax and fish until the sun goes down." Although Alec is eager to continue learning, he follows Eldis's advice. As they fish together, a fish tugs at Eldis's line, and Alec, seeing the magician struggle, can't help but laugh. Eldis, laughing along, allows Alec to help him reel it in. Their laughter fills the riverside, a moment of simple joy and bonding between student and teacher. Eldis, seeing Alec's talent, assures him, "You have a natural talent for being a magician. Even without my guidance, I'm sure you'll become a top-notch magician. Leave it to fate, like the flowing water of this river." Alec, curious and sincere, asks, "Then why did you teach me magic?" Eldis hesitates, leaving the answer unspoken, though the bond between them speaks louder than words. Days pass, and Eldis gives Alec a book containing magical formulas. At first, Alec struggles to understand them, but Eldis patiently teaches him to recognize patterns, turning complex formulas into comprehensible lessons. Each day, Alec grows more confident in his abilities. Yet the seasons change, and Eldis must leave for the capital that summer. Alec's heart sinks at the thought of losing his mentor. Eldis warns him, "Even if you have the chance to become a court magician, I advise you not to do it." Alec, confused, presses him further, asking why he taught him magic at all. Eldis reveals a deeply personal truth. He is repaying a kindness once shown by Alec's late mother. The revelation leaves Alec reflective as Eldis departs, and the boy is left to continue his growth alone. Years later, Alec enters the Royal Magic Academy, excelling in his studies and earning a reputation as a prodigy. However, he learns that Eldis, who once graduated as the top student and became a court magician, was later banished from the imperial court. Alec's admiration turns to anger, and he resolves to repay Eldis's kindness by entering the imperial court himself. He vows, "I will become a court magician," and dedicates himself to honing his skills. Alec eventually joins Crown Prince Regulus's team as a court magician. Yet despite his talent, his role is constantly belittled. Regulus openly fires him. "Court magician Alec Egret, you're fired," the prince declares without hesitation. Alec is stunned and demands to know why. Regulus critiques Alec's role, explaining that while the prince fights on the front lines, Lenny unleashes offensive fire magic, and Ix acts as a living shield. Alec, in contrast, only uses support magic like defense and enhancement. His attempts to explain himself are dismissed, and Regulus and Lenny accuse him of cowardice and passivity. Alec's heart aches as the prince notices a dagger on his belt, confiscates it, and scolds him for carrying weapons as a commoner. In a humiliating moment, Regulus yanks off his robe, declaring that he is no longer a court magician and is merely a commoner. Alec is forced to watch helplessly as the team ventures deeper into the dungeon without him. Despite his dismissal, Alec remains resolute. He studies the dungeon independently, aware that the prince is underpowered and could face danger. He resolves to protect his comrades from afar, but his efforts are blocked by royal guards, who remind him that commoners cannot enter the capital. He attempts to pass a scroll to Lenny for the prince's attention, but she destroys it and refuses him entry. Humiliated yet undeterred, Alec reflects on the failure of his 4-year effort to influence the imperial court. As he contemplates his next move, he is greeted by his former team leader, Yorha. Their reunion is emotional. Alec recounts the injustice he faced, and Yorha expresses her anger at the oppressive traditions of the Galdana kingdom. Yet she reassures him. She had always planned to recruit him back into her party. She invites Alec to join him once again, recognizing his true power and dismissing the opinions of the royal court. Alec, moved, agrees to return. Together, they rejoin their A-grade party, lasting period, ready to set out on new adventures. During their journey, Alec recalls Eldis's warning about the court. In the capital, Prince Regulus hears of Alec's departure and mocks him as a coward, praising the new noble-born recruit instead. Meanwhile, Alec and Yorha return to their hometown, Fizel, eager to explore dungeons west of the city. At the Adventurer Guild, they learn of a restriction preventing entry beyond level 30 without a guild pass. Though frustrated, they begin their expedition in shallower areas to warm up. Inside the dungeon, they encounter a swarm of red bugs behaving unusually. Alec notices their numbers increasing, signaling something abnormal in the deeper levels. Yorha uses defensive magic to shield herself, but Alec recognizes he must reclaim his former courage. Trusting one another, they unleash their combined magic. Alec strikes with fire, then thunder, while Yorha enhances defenses. Together, they obliterate the swarm. Suddenly, a giant worm appears, capturing Yorha. Alec counters with elemental magic, while Yorha supports, ultimately destroying the creature. They emerge victorious, reaffirming their strength and trust in one another. Their challenges continue as they face a hydra. The party struggles against its multiple attacks, but Alec harnesses all 5 elements in a devastating combination spell, annihilating the monster. Celebrating their victory, they set a new dungeon record at level 68. Standing together, they reaffirm their resolve to write a legendary story, their bond stronger than ever. The episode concludes with lasting period ready to face countless adventures ahead, their names destined to become legend.